Hello, this is Fallen and the word of the day is factoid. Alright, if you're familiar with Pokemon, you'll probably know that Ice is usually considered a bad type. Usually known as a glass cannon where it can hit a lot but is unfortunately fragile. The cannon part of glass cannon comes from the fact that Ice has 5 different types that it can hit super effectively. But you might be thinking, is it only effective against 4 types? If you think that, you'd be like the majority of people. But it's a surprisingly little known fact that Ice moves are actually super effective against the Psychic type. That's right, most people don't even know this, even when it's really easy to tell because you can just look up a type chart and find that Ice is super effective against Psychic. To prove that this isn't some sort of weird gaslighting thing or like the Mandela effect, I asked 10 of my friends who have varying levels of Pokemon knowledge what they thought. The results are that 50% said yes, 40% said no, and 10% had no clue. That means that there's a relatively high percentage of people who don't know that Ice is super effective against Psychics, which is similar to the percentage of people who are watching and are not subscribed. If you are still in denial about Ice being super effective against Psychic, you can then think of it in a different way. You could think, why would Ice be super effective against Psychics? Well, it actually makes a lot of sense. The Ice moves can give the Psychic-type Pokemon a brain freeze, which would really mess them up when trying to concentrate and do their Psychic things. So if Ice moves affect Psychic Pokemon that much, then they must be super effective. If you still for some reason after that solid reasoning don't think that Ice is super effective against Psychic, then maybe this will finally make you realize the truth. Here's a selection of footage of Ice being good against Psychic in various Pokemon games. To start off with, here's Pokemon Scarlet, the newest game in the franchise, and here's a Psychic-type Slowpoke about to meet its demise, and as this video clearly shows, the move was super effective. Now you might think, but that is a newer game, right? And maybe it was a recent change, but oh no it wasn't. Here, look at this Omega Ruby video. Claydol, a Psychic-type Pokemon, is about to get its life changed by this super effective move. And look at that, another Psychic Pokemon that had to go on vacation. Now back to a more modern game, here's a Psychic-type Pokemon Hisuian Braviary, and oh look, it already had to leave early because of a super effective Ice move. Now how about something more out there to show the wide-reaching effect of Ice being super effective against Psychic? Here's the Minecraft mod Pixelmon, and this Psychic-type Pokemon Exeggutor is about to be a whole lot colder because of the super effective Ice move. Hopefully it's able to find a way to warm up from that. And finally, here's the popular Pokemon battle simulator, Pokemon Showdown. And here's a crazy battle between a Spheal and the Psychic-type Latios. You would think that Latios can win this battle because it's a legendary Pokemon, but this Spheal happens to have an Ice-type move and absolutely obliterates the Latios. Latios is in utter shambles because of that super effective move and has to fly away and defend. Now after being provided all this evidence, there is no way that you will ever think that Ice is just neutral against the Psychic type. You will now hopefully spread the word to make sure that everyone learns that the Ice type is super effective against Psychics, and maybe in the future this will be the difference between a win and a loss in a very intense Pokemon battle. Thanks for watching, and thanks for taking the time to learn the truth about the Ice type. And maybe, just maybe, some people respect the Ice type more, even if it is still just as weak defensively as before you learned this new knowledge. And now that you made it to the end of the video, here's the word of the day. Factoid, noun, a piece of unverified or inaccurate information that is presented in the press as factual, often as part of a publicity effort, and that is then accepted as true because of frequent repetition. Have a nice day. Accepted as true because of frequent repetition.